Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneur Experts Cafe, sponsored by Entrepreneurs Rocket Fuel. I'm your host, Kimberly Crow, and the creator of the Facebook community Entrepreneurs Rocket Fuel, a community by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs, helping entrepreneurs and experts get their business to the next level. Come join the community and the conversation at www.entrepreneursrocketfuel.com/Facebook. Today, I'm interviewing Catharine O'Leary. Catharine, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Kimberly. I'm really glad to be here.
So what kind of expert are you exactly?
So I call myself the quiz expert, but I actually do have a lot of expertise in questionnaire development and survey design.
Okay. So as the quiz expert, how did you become an expert in quizzes and quizzing people?
Yes. Well, it's not something that you typically, dream of. Some people dream of firefighters or, being doctors. I actually went through school. I have an economics degree and then went into market research. So a lot of market research and consumer insights, working with Fortune 100 companies, including Apple and Pepsi. The 25 years of always doing surveys. So that's how I became kind of the expert, because I've asked questions for everyone from Steve Jobs to Jim Beam Bourbon to the executives at Pepsi.
All right. So if you are a big corporate executive looking to survey your audience and get feedback, you're the go-to girl. Is that right?
So that was my previous life in corporate, and now I've actually transitioned. I've broken up with corporate and transitioned to helping entrepreneurs. So using all of the techniques, and one of the things that I learned when I became an entrepreneur was that lead generation is hard. And there just had to be a better way to streamline the process and get the right people to talk to without wasting a lot of time on reoccurring conversations that just went nowhere and just wasted a lot of time. And I realized that by asking a few questions up front in a quiz, that you can actually reduce a lot of that information.
Okay, great. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're doing a quiz, how can that attract new business to you?
Yeah. So basically, if you think about the customer journey from their problem to solve to your offer, you want to make that invisible bridge, and the quiz can do that. So starting with your offer, you reverse engineer to the question, create this really amazing quiz hook or question that everyone is wanting to answer in your target audience, drive them or navigate them through with the series of questions to your offer, and voila, self-fulfilling prophecy. You have actually answered all their questions, they're ready to be onboarded for your offer, whatever that might be.
All right. So it's not necessarily quizzes or surveys for people who are already doing business with you, but maybe it's a fun quiz to go out there, like the Cosmopolitan quiz used to be like, tell us what kind of, guy you're looking for or whatever, right? And then from there, sort of building forward into finding your ideal client, and maybe the ones who answer X instead of Y are the ones that you want to follow up first with. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can even take it even narrower to creating a quiz that is only for your ideal customer. So if you are a real estate agent in the Los Angeles area, maybe you want the hottest spots in LA. Like what's your, if you were a club, what club would you be? And you can then actually take people through, questions around what neighborhoods they'd like to be in, what amenities they'd like. And hey, if you're looking for a house in this area, by these kind of quiz questions that you've answered, this is the area that you want to be in. Call our office, and we will set you up with some appointments, something along those lines.
So when they're calling the office, you already know what area they want, and you can direct it to the correct person that handles that area.
Correct. Or if you are launching a course or, something, you've got a course online and you have the perfect solution to creativity blockers or, speaking blockers, you can put them through a quiz, identify those, what's holding them back, and already have talked to them about all their obstacles, and they're already ready then for your offer. So it's a lead.
So you're solving their problems on the way to why they would not have worked for you and now with you. And now that those problems are solved, now they're ready and willing and able to work with you. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's taking that kind of that cold lead, kind of driving them through the roadmap to your destination. Coming out with you as a subject matter expert that they obviously need to work with.
Awesome. Can you give us some examples of some of the quizzes that you've created for a client? Maybe one that was a pretty good success or something really creative?
Yeah, well, there's very few topics that you can throw at me that I couldn't develop a quiz for after 25 years of doing this.
All right.
So, double dog dare ya. But I've done a recent book launch with one of my mentors, and he went number one on international Amazon's international bestselling within a day. And a lot of that traffic was driven through the quizzes. And what we did was it was all a precursor to, what steps the books actually take people through to earn seven figures. So it was a lot of the steps that the book takes were in the quiz, so that when people got to the offer, they actually were already well versed in the kind of information that the book might have and already excited about it because they got a little bit of a tidbit.
All right. So more like a little bit of a teaser about what they could learn more about once they actually purchase the book.
Correct. Or awesome. Your course or your call if you're booking a call, or maybe it's to a webinar or to a masterclass or training session. So, I mean, really, the applications are endless.
Okay. What if you are trying to attract speakers into your world? What's the best way? What would a good quiz be about attracting people into speakers?
To attract speakers into your world. So, you can have a lot of fun with this. So, maybe what's your voice like? What's your tone of voice? Like, are you a Lucille Ball, or are you a Denzel Washington, or maybe you're, like what kind of a speaking voice do you have? What's your energy level? So are you a fire? Are you a water? Are you wood? That kind of thing. You could have a lot of fun with that to get them interested in understanding speaking. And then what you can say is, have you thought about speaking? And what are some of the things that you love to do? Oh, I love to be the life of the party. I love to be, the person in the spotlight. I love to be the expert. And then you can have, course conversations around, we teach people that love to be in the spotlight how to do X, Y, Z. But if you're somebody that likes to be the expert, we also teach you X, Y, Z. And you can actually customize and personalize the messaging. So that's another power of quizzes.
That's awesome. That makes a lot of sense. If people want to work with you directly, how is it that they can do that? Do you have a website?
I do have a website. It's CatharineO'Leary.com. And I'm going to spell it out because my mother was very Catholic. So it's Catharine, as in St. Catharine, as in CatharineOleary.com.
Fantastic. All right. Well, super glad that you were able to spend some time with us today and share all about quizzes with our audience. Before we let you go, any final words for our crew?
Yeah, I would just say, don't guess, ask the questions.
All right. Words to live by, and a great way to do market research as well by doing some quizzes. Fantastic, Catharine. Thanks so much for being here with us today. This has been another episode of the Entrepreneur Experts Cafe. We'll see you next time. I'm Kimberly Crow. Cheers.